What's up guys, I'm PawsBuild and welcome back to our Ethical Zoo franchise series in Planet Zoo. In the previous video, we introduced the North Sulawesi babirusa to the Asian section of our zoo. And in this video, we're going to continue expanding the Asia section by building a habitat for the Asian water monitor. And these guys seem to be nicely settled in here now. Look at them, our babirusa. They still look so strange to me. They remind me more of hippos than pigs. You know what I mean though? They look very hippo-like, I guess, with a very interesting face. And don't even get me started on the tusks on the male. They are kind of legendary, to be honest. Look at that. That's crazy. Wow, yeah. Quite uncomfortable though if they do curl all the way back. I can't imagine that's comfortable as you get older. However, we're going to move on from this habitat today and get the next habitat built in our zoo, and that is going to be the Asian water monitor, which I'm super excited to get. Now, they are a least concerned species, so I think what I'm going to do is carry on what we've said we might do, and if they're a least concerned species, we'll just have like a same-sex group rather than a mixed breeding group, because we don't need to be breeding them if they're not vulnerable or anything. And it looks like we've got a challenge as well. Keep crime below 4 incidents for 3 months. Wow, okay, we've done 8 months instead of 3 months. That's amazing. Our security guards are doing a good job. We've only got like 1, I think. We haven't got many. Anyway, let's have a look. Security, oh, we got 3, but still 3 security guards is not bad. We should actually get one for the Asia section of our zoo. I'm gonna hire another security guard. What's your name? Laurel Kavanagh, and you're gonna patrol the area, I guess. We need to assign them to the workload. So let's grab workload. There should be someone who sticks out. There she is. Assign her to Asia. And we've got low-level issues. What's this? Oh, you need to be fed. Let's request the keeper. That's not good. Do we not have enough keepers? That may be the case over here, actually. Let's sort it by work zone. Yeah, we've got 1 keeper who's on high workload. Yeah, we definitely need another keeper. Okay, let's grab another one. I'm going to put them outside the staff building so they can do that. I know we've got our like floating keeper as well, which it might be worth having a few more of. But let's assign them to the Asia work zone as well. And then we've got 3 on Africa, 2 on Asia, loads on Central Hub, 4 on Europe. Oh, we should have 1 on Zoo. I don't think we do. We just have 1 vet. Right, I'm gonna get a couple of keepers and just put them on the Zoo work zone, and they can just fill in for anyone. Although, is that going to be as effective? I'm wondering. I'll tell you what, let's try it. Let's try it and see if they are useful for us or not. One other plan I have, it reminded me about the souvenir shop. I don't know whether it's just broken or not. Like, it may just be the case. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the awning to the right, so we remember that there is one for the future if we decide to undo this. And then I'm going to delete the door frame and just see if this opens up. I may even delete the path that connects it and then reattach it with a 4-meter path. And I've got the wrong one selected. Rustic path, that's what we need. Yes, okay, cool. Important alert requires attention. No, that's okay. The keepers urgently assigned. They will be here very soon. There you go, they're running. They've just arrived with the food. They're running towards them, so don't worry, they will be fed. And it looks like we've had a couple of meerkats have passed away from old age. Oh, bless them. Oh no, it's just one of them, Watcher. And then it's another one. Another animal's having food issues in that habitat. But they are all being fed right now, so we don't need to worry. Look at them. They're all eating now. Everything is good. And they're going to refill all of the enrichment as well. Oh, they just kicked it away. Not the most effective way to refill it. That's a trick, though, from that distance. And it looks like guests are still littering despite the presence of bins everywhere, so that's nice. I'm going to put another bin in here and just see if they can be tempted to throw away their stuff rather than littering everywhere all over our zoo, because that does annoy me quite a lot. Now, if we look at our guest education coverage, I've also realized that we're missing this section because I removed the solar panel down here. We do need one down here. So I'm going to just add in a solar panel here. And this will service this whole area. So it's all online now. We've got a nice big area. It's going to cover it all. And this needs to be set to service every 3 months. And then we need to add it into the work zone. So let's go staff, work zones. And it's in the zoo work zone. And the Europe work zone. And Mochi, the little penguin, has died. That's not good. Oh, good. We've had a spot fine because of the protesters for these. So that's not fun. The inspector's here and they're not happy that they've seen protesters. Oh dear. Anyway, let's get the next animal in our zoo, which is the Asian water monitor. Now, let's have a look in the animal market for them. Asian water monitor. I'm going to sort these by most appealing. And then we need to look at what groups it looks like we might have a male group because there's a lot more males than females. Let's look at them in the Zoopedia and see what the difference is. So, oh, you can just have one male and up to one male and one female. So it looks like we just need one male or female. It looks like the males are slightly bigger. So maybe we should get one of those to be a bit more impressive. And there's a lot more of them available. They can breed from 3 years until death. They have a lot of babies though, which is also why we don't really want to breed them. And they're easy to reproduce in captivity. So they're not essential to be breeding. But they are cool to get and to teach our guests about. So they only need an area of 280 meters squared. So we can definitely do that. And they can have 1 meter fencing. So we can use the small gates, which is awesome. And the construction pieces we're going to use are going to be technically the highest grade, so we don't have to worry about the grade. But they need 280 meters squared of land and 75 meters squared of water. So they do want a lot of water. We have to be mindful of that. Now I want to put them in this pool here because I think that will be really cool if we fill this with water. That creates quite a cool little lake for them. I'm trying to think how full we want it to be. Probably like that. So if we extend the area around here, build the habitat around here, I think this is an awesome location for their habitat. But it's very high up, so we do need to let our guests access this area. So I'm going to build in some pathing that's going to enable our guests to actually get around here. Okay, and we've just had some dangerous fighting due to overcrowding. The capybara, I think the babies must have grown up. Yeah, everyone's grown up. Okay, so all the babies we're just going to release, including all of the males. Just 7 of them. 206 credits. I think this resolves the issue. Yeah, because you can have 19 females, so we've got 16. That should be perfect for them now. And we shouldn't have any more capybara issues, which seems crazy to say. They've been quite an eventful species in this zoo. I will say that. Okay, I think that's a pretty good boundary. I wanted to put in a gradual slope for any less able users, so I think this isn't too steep. We've got a flat area that everyone can walk after each ramp, so it's a bit of like a resting point, so you've not got to do like a massive hill, because this is a pretty huge height difference, this hill here. And then we've got some stairs as well with a little bit of rest period in between as well. For those who can do those. And then the exit on the other side as well. So I think that should be pretty good for us. We do need to put in some benches and bins. That is one thing we're missing. So I'm going to add those along on this edge here, I think, on the outside edge. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We've got lots more benching and bins in there, so they should be able to access this area just fine now. Now let's see if we fill this with water. That's all good still. I like that. And we do need to put some fencing in, some barriers in. So we're going to do that. We're going to use the little fences for this. So I'm using the small habitat gate, and we really want it. I'm trying to think where we want it. The issue is this is quite far from the keeper hut. I think we might need another small keeper hut area over here to deal with this this habitat, because I don't want them going too far between. So I'm going to put in another small keeper hut and staff room, but just the small versions of both. We don't want them to negatively impact guests. Oh my goodness, that bin's had a bit of vandalism, isn't it? There we go, that's better. We can make the staff path instead as well. And then we're also going to add on the keeper hut, the small keeper hut. And we're going to link it up like that. And then add these into the work zone. We are going to decorate them up, but just not quite yet. So let's add the Asia work zone. Let's add those in. Let's also add them into the zoo work zone. Just because there's quite a lot of area around here. And I think it's going to be quite a long time for them to walk. Especially because the entrance is like over here. They have to come out this way. And then go all the way back. And then up the hill. I think it's just too far. I don't think that they won't be very productive. So this should save us a lot of time. And mean we need fewer keepers to do the same amount of work. And now we've got that. I think let's put the barrier in over here. The small wooden habitat gate we can have on this side. Can connect to it about here. And this is where we're going to have our habitat. So I'm going to build in with construction pieces, just a 1 meter fence the whole way around. And I don't think we're going to do much more than just having a similar style than we've had already with these 2 meter fences. I'll probably just build a very simple fence using the same pieces. And we can just map out the area we want and then go through and put null barriers all along the outside. So it's a real habitat in game. Okay, that is now connected. Now, it's not going to be perfect because we've got some areas here where they're going to be able to climb out depending on how well they can climb. But I think this is such a gradual slope, that's going to be easy for them to get out. But I want to patch those areas when we put them in so we can see where they can move and make a better call. But I think this is a huge swimming area for them, considering like if we make this water a bit clearer as well, if we make it kind of 1 point, I think we've made the other water 1.8 so you can see the swimming a bit more. Like this is a huge lake. It's gonna be pretty good for them, I think. So let's hit play and get one of them in our zoo. Now we've got a few here. How old did they live again? That's the real question. They live to be 18. They live to be 18. So the ones here, like, sorted by appeal. This is the best male. That's the best female. I think I want to get one of the males because they're a bit bigger. These are very similar things. I kind of think that I don't really mind the fertility as much because we're not breeding them. I'd rather go for more immunity, longevity, and size. So I'm going to go for this one here, who's 6.7 years old. Send him to zoo. And we're going to send him to our quarantine. Now, let me know in the comments what you want us to name our Asian water monitor. He's going to be a big boy, hopefully. And he's going to need a good name. Now, we do also need to sort out this door because that's not going to work, is it? So let's replace this with something a bit more fitting. There we go, that's a bit better. Now they can get through. In fact, this could move very slightly. There we go, that's good. Now it's solid the whole way around, and it just doesn't have the trim on this bit, but it's fine because it's where the fence is anyway, so you don't really notice it anyway. Now we can wait for them to go through quarantine. Oh no, Squidward's about to die of old age. Oh, not in the water, Squidward. No. Oh, don't do this to us. He's having a last swim as an old man. He's 26.8 years old. Wow. Oh, and he's died. Okay, call the vet for Squidward. Don't come round and watch, Capybara. Oh no, no, the baby, Daniel. Oh, okay. Well, the vet's been called. This is too sad to watch. I'm gonna leave. Baloo's attracted protesters because he keeps falling off things and getting boxed up. So just unbox him, and then we do need a work zone for these. Yes. Oh, we need power. Yeah, of course we do. Right. Let's add some power in to this section. That's kind of fine for now. We are going to change this up to be a bit nicer. Soon. Have at least 6,500 guests in the zoo. We are getting there. Quarantine passed and ready to leave. That's what we like. Okay, let's get him and move him into this habitat. And here they come. They're in this box. So they're going to be moved over. Cool. They'll be moved over to the habitat. That's what we like. It's a long way. So this is the thing. We can't have them doing food runs like this. They need to have somewhere close by that's doable for food. But if it's like a vet or something like that, or, you know, getting new animals in the zoo, that can take longer for a single journey. It's just too far generally. And it'd be good. They have like a little outpost here. We'll design this up as well and make it look nice. So it's like fitting with the theme. And neither of these buildings have negative impact. So that's good. So as long as they stay at least this distance away from the path, they're absolutely fine. I wouldn't want to be carrying a whole Asian water monitor up a stairs like that, like that long. Here we go, into the habitat. See what they look like. Oh wow, they're quite big. Wow, okay. Look at them. I mean, they've got a huge habitat. I didn't even check out how big this thing is. 5,000 meters squared. This is huge for them. And they need 280 and 75 out of that. So there's definitely, this is big enough to have a whole clan of them really, but I don't think we need to. We'll just have him. He can live a good life. This isn't the right setup for him, and we need to add it to the work zone. So I'm going to pause, get the work zone, add this to the Asia and the zoo work zones along with this solar panel, because that's what the game is screaming at me for. Because none of our keepers or vets or anyone can get in there and do what they need to do for the job. Now they can. Could have been added in the work zone. Now, what is wrong with the environment for you? Okay, you need a lot less long grass. You need soil and rock, basically, and some sand. So let's just completely terraform this to be soil, rock, and sand. Because I don't think they really want short grass anyway. They just want it to be sandy around the water, don't they? And then soily and rocky elsewhere. So we can definitely do that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. That's quite blended across for them, so hopefully they like that a lot more. And it's hitting all of their needs. So they can do deep water as well, which is cool. So, but it needs to be at least 2 meters deep for them. And look at them, they've started swimming. Oh, they look so cool. Love how the front arms aren't really doing anything. They're just like letting the water glide through their fingers. Love it. Very, very cool. They are going to need food as well. We need to do all of that. So let's get all of the bits that they need, like food and enrichment, and whack them in for them. They're also going to need some kind of shelter. I don't know what kind of shelter these guys have. They don't actually need any hard shelter, so maybe they use jetties instead. Let's filter by the Asian water monitor and see what it says. Because I imagine that's what it does. Beds and shelters. Yeah, it's got the jetties. So I think we'll build them a jetty instead. We'll maybe give them one in case it like does some kind of weather here that they don't like. But you know, they can have the option. But generally they'll probably stay on the jetties. And we can give them all the enrichment they need. And they can do underwater feeding. That's perfect. Okay, we'll definitely do that. Just realized as well, the other thing we really need to make sure is that it's covered in a water treatment, and that isn't happening right now. So we do need to put a water treatment facility somewhere, and that's going to prove a bit of a problem with our paths because it needs to be somewhere that's far enough away that guests aren't impacted by it, but also close enough that it can reach our habitat. I think this will be okay because if you decorate it up, you can reduce the negative area. So if we whack it here, it does leak onto the paths a little bit, but I'm hoping that when we put some decorations on this, we can make that go down and we won't see, it won't actually impact the guests because it will reduce the negative impact area. And from there, it does clean the habitats. That's perfect. But I don't think this is powered either, and we need some more power generally. So let's add a solar panel around here that will catch this. I'm just going to put it next to it, and we can design an area up for both of these together. I'm going to take away the path, though, because it shouldn't have its own path the whole way there. I think that's a bit silly. There we go. We'll do something like that, and we should actually make all of this staff path, really. I don't want guests walking up to the water treatment facility and then being annoyed that they've seen it. Right, back to doing the animals' needs. Now I've remembered that. I just thought, oh, they're swimming in the water and that could be contaminated. So we've done their food needs. They've got food tray and underwater feeding. We need to do bedding and enrichment. Cool, I think that should be good for them. If we hit play, let's have a look. Yeah, they've got 100% on everything. They just need their bedding. So let's add that in now. Okay, cool. They've got a couple of shelters that they can use if they really want to escape the elements, and they've got a jetty here that they can sleep on most of the time, and they've got all the enrichment that a little Asian water monitor might want. So I think they are basically at 100% of everything apart from plant coverage. Look at their little face, just chilling. Let's have a look at what kind of plants they need. So in the plants tab, if we go for the Asia plants in the grassland biome, because that's where we are, so these would reasonably grow here. Doesn't look like they want a lot. They want up to probably like 60, maybe 66%. Looks like 2/3. But it could be 0%. They're happy with this. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a little bit in. We'll put some plants in, but I'm not going to overcrowd it because they obviously don't want loads. And it doesn't make sense to crowd them with loads of plants if they're not that bothered for them. And we'll put some rocks in too to make it a little more interesting for them as well. Okay, I think I might put just that in. We've got some reeds at like ground level, and then we got some palm trees. What are these ones? Oh, a different type of palm, yeah. And then olive trees. And I think that that's enough plants. We're at 21%, and they seem really happy. It's kind of in the middle of their zone. And we've had, oh no, serious injury. Is that because your son has grown up? Oh no, okay, the female has grown up. I think the baby female there. There's 3 of them. Yeah, okay. So let's have the baby be released to the wild, or the new adult, I guess, released to the wild. And Tango is already going to the vets, so they're absolutely fine. They'll be looked after. Oh no, Pingu's about to die. That's depressing. At least they're going to go for a last meal of some frozen fish. That's what you want. Have a nice meal. I don't even think I can watch. I'm going to call the vet and just, I can't bear to watch them all die. Honestly, we need to get our memorial going as well at some point in this zoo for all of those who have fallen. We have a quite depressingly long list now. And this is with the animals on aging 3 times slower as well. It's just that when you get this many animals in the zoo, there's always someone who's dying, and it's really sad. I don't like it. I have to laugh to go through the pain. I think this is a pretty great habitat for them, though. This seems to meet all of their needs, and I'm quite happy with this. There we go. They've now gone. I'm going to call the vet. Now, we do need some education for our guests, and for that, I think we will just put in the habitat boards on legs. I think that's just easier. We just need to align them all and then sit them in, because they can kind of sit in the wall as long as they're slightly elevated like that. I think that will be good. So I think I'm going to put these in, and we can have some more education. Now I need to be mindful of where the electricity is, where there's power. If we put another solar panel up here somewhere, we can probably have a bit more, but let's see what we've got. Because no, yeah, we're going to need another one. We're going to need one. Ooh, okay, we're going to struggle with this. Where can we put a solar panel? Let's put one in right here off of the path. And it's going to malform the earth, but we can smooth that out. There we go. We've got a bit of power over here as well, so we can have some education, which is exactly what we want. Let's do this and put them all in now. Okay, I think that's probably pretty good. We can have a little soundboard maybe for the kids as well. Put a couple of soundboards in around. And I think that's probably good. I mean, everyone should be able to see over this fence as well. It's only 1 meter high, so hopefully everyone can see over that. The kids can always sit on their parents' shoulders if they need to, but most kids will be above 1 meter, I think. So I'm trying to think now. I'm like, yeah, a lot of kids are, I think. And if they're not, then they'll sit on their parents' shoulders. The other thing we need is, now we've got the education in, we do need donation bins as well. And we want to take them from the right place. This is the right place here. Get the Asian bins going, the color scheme we have. And then I'm basically just going to put these in at key viewing areas around the habitat. Kind of sporadically placed in. So we can collect as much money as possible, ideally. I think that should be good. That's basically complete now. I think this habitat is done. Now, one thing I have forgotten to do is to make sure that he can't escape. So there are a couple of points where he could definitely escape. And he's started to make a run for one of them, I've seen. So what we're going to do is just change this habitat. I think I'm just going to build it up on this side. And if we click on them now, can they get out? They cannot. They are fully contained in the habitat, which is how you should have most animals, if not all animals, in a zoo. This is just too steep for them to climb, so that's absolutely fine here. Sorry, mate, you got to stay in here, but it is quite a nice place we've made for you, so hopefully that's some solace. And now he's realized he's stuck in here. Let's learn a little bit about the Asian water monitor. The Asian water monitor is a large reptile native to the rainforests, swamps, and mangrove forests throughout much of the warmer areas of Southeast Asia and the Indian subcontinent. And it's one of the heaviest species of lizard, second only to the Komodo dragon, and that's a big boy. The bite of an Asian water monitor is very strong and mildly venomous, due to the presence of venom glands. While the bite is reportedly very painful, the venom is not lethal to humans, although I still wouldn't want to get bitten. The Asian water monitor can hold its breath for up to 30 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I can. The Asian water monitors can dislocate the hyoid bone in their neck, so they can swallow large chunks of food without chewing. Asian water monitors are known to dig up graves in search of food, which they don't know what they're doing, but that's unfortunate. Thankfully, the Asian water monitors are not endangered and are classed as a species of least concern, and they're even considered to be a protected species in Nepal and Hong Kong. Despite this, their skin is commonly used in the leather trade, and they're hunted for their meat and eggs for human consumption. Habitat loss and hunting pressure may contribute to localized declines in mature populations, but thankfully overall, the Asian water monitor is a common animal in its range. We just had a little blip in the recording, but unfortunately, Spot, our cheetah, has just passed away, so it's only Cheetara in here. So I've just adopted 2 new cheetahs. We've got a male and a female, because she's on her own. And we are trying to breed the cheetahs because they are vulnerable in here. You can see that the cheetahs are vulnerable. So we've got 2 cheetahs now going through quarantine over here. And they're both very good. So hopefully they're young cheetahs. They can go in. She can make some friends before she dies. She'll probably be the leader of the pack given her age. And then when she passes away, we've got a couple of breeding cheetahs as well. And we've just had them pass quarantine actually. So let's move them across into the cheetah habitat. And they can introduce themselves. And it looks like our Asian water monitor is happy with the habitat we built for them. So I think we'll call the video here. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one.